The 5 dangers of the keto diet that you should be aware of. The ketogenic diet, or keto diet, is among the newest in a line of weight loss sensations sweeping the nation. For those who aren't already in the know, this particular brand of dieting prescribes cutting down significantly on carbohydrates in your daily meal plan, as little as 50 grams of carbs per day, and doubling down on foods rich in fat instead. This causes your body to undergo a state known as ketosis, which causes your body to begin burning fat as its primary fuel source and can theoretically lead to significant weight loss results. While the popularity of this new fad diet continues to climb, the extreme nature of this diet has people wondering, is the keto diet really safe? Today, we're going to take a closer look at some of the more harmful hazards and side effects associated with the keto diet. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to the Bestie channel and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our latest videos and content. Number 1. Lack of proper nutrition. A standard keto diet limits your intake of carbohydrates to about 50 grams per day. At first, this might seem like a simple enough restriction. Just cut back on bread and foods with a lot of added sugar, right? Unfortunately, what you might not realize is that carbs can also be found in more healthy foods as well, such as most types of fruit and certain types of vegetables. And by reducing your intake of those foods from your diet, you can potentially be shortchanging your blood on essential vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. This is especially hazardous if you plan on sticking to a keto diet for a longer period of time. Cutting back on fruits and veggies for the sake of keto can also potentially reduce your intake of fiber, which can result in bloating, high cholesterol and blood pressure, and digestion-related problems such as constipation and diarrhea. When you first begin to undergo the state of ketosis, one common occurrence is that you may start feeling sick. This is what's known as the keto flu, and can happen as a result of your body running out of sugar to use as a fuel and adjusting to fat instead. Common symptoms of this keto flu include fatigue, lethargy, vomiting, and gastrointestinal distress. Fortunately, dietitians such as Kristen Kaiser of the Houston Methodist Medical Center suggest that the symptoms of keto flu usually subside within the first few days of entering ketosis. It's also suggested that you can potentially minimize the symptoms of this transition by drinking plenty of water and resting, as well as drinking certain types of tea, as well as other natural energy sources. Number 2. Poor athletic performance. The idea that a keto diet can be harmful to your athletic performance may come as a bit of a surprise. After all, some of the most vocal supporters and users of the keto diet are professional athletes. Despite this, there appears to be a significant body of evidence that suggests that keto can do more harm than good in terms of your athletic ability. After all, a lot more goes into an athlete's performance than simply their ability to lose weight. While shedding a few extra pounds can potentially give an athlete an edge in terms of speed or endurance, a long-term state of ketosis can also potentially sap you of other athletic abilities such as strength. Among the skeptics who question keto's value to athletes is Edward Weiss, an associate professor of nutrition and dietetics at St. Louis University. In a study published in the Journal of Sports Medicine and Physical Fitness, Weiss teamed up with a group of colleagues to study the effects of the ketogenic diet on athletes who performed high-intensity activities such as cycling and running. The result was the athletes performed worse while under the effects of ketosis. In fact, the researchers involved were able to identify a significant drop in performance after being on the keto diet for a mere 4 days. According to Weiss, the reason for this dip in performance is because ketosis puts your body in a more acidic state, which can potentially limit your ability to perform at peak levels when engaged in athletic activity. In Weiss's own words, "Just losing a few pounds is enough to give you a huge advantage on the bike. But I'm very concerned that people are attributing the benefits of weight loss to something specific in the ketogenic diet. In reality, the benefits of weight loss could be at least partially canceled out by reductions in performance." While we usually tend to assume weight loss with an overall improvement in terms of personal health and fitness, it's important that we don't equate the two as one and the same. Number 3. Possible relapse. As you might have guessed, the keto diet's restrictive nature makes it an especially strict mode of weight loss, often without much room for deviation. Because of the rigidity of the keto diet's rules, many variations of keto focus on dividing the diet into several stages with varying levels of intensity. Typically, within the first few months of keto are the strictest, requiring the dieter to ensure the diet is as low carb and high fat as possible, with very little leeway in the way of cheat days. After the end of this stage, people on the keto diet may potentially be allowed to relax into a less stringent variation of keto, with slightly more room for carbs and less scrutinous monitoring of meal plans. The problem? According to registered dietitian Annette Frayne, as soon as you relax your strict adherence to keto's rules, you're almost inevitably going to start putting on weight again. As Frayne writes, keto can be a great jumpstart to weight loss, but the reality is that most people can't adhere to it for very long. Often, people are going into ketosis and losing weight, then coming out and gaining it back and falling into this yo-yo pattern, and that's not what we want. Because of this, health experts and dietitians advise that the keto diet may not be a feasible weight loss tool for long-term weight loss. While you may see desirable results at first, it's extremely likely that you'll start to gain weight again as soon as you go back to eating carbs. According to registered dietitian Kristen Kaiser, these frequent back and forth fluctuations in weight can potentially be a contributing factor in eating disorders. As Kaiser writes, I think this diet appeals to people who have issues with portion control and with binge eating. And in many cases, what they really need is a lifestyle coach or a professional counselor to help them get to the bottom of those issues. Number 4. Reduced muscle mass and metabolism. As mentioned previously, the keto diet prioritizes reducing carbs in your diet and consuming more foods that are high in fat. Depending on what variation of the keto diet you subscribe to, this can potentially be a problem if you're not making room in your diet for an adequate amount of protein. Without an adequate protein intake, you may be losing weight as a result of keto, but a lot of that weight loss may be taken from your body's muscle mass as opposed to your fat. And by extension, since muscle burns more calories than fat, a diminished muscle mass will also cause your metabolism to diminish as well. By the same token, Kaiser warns that if you deviate from the keto diet, the weight you gain back most likely won't come in the form of muscle. While you might lose muscle mass from the keto diet, going back from keto will probably cause you to gain back that weight as fat instead. At that point, you no longer have the muscle mass to burn calories as efficiently as you did before you started the diet, which can potentially have lasting negative effects on your resting metabolic rate in the long run. Number 5. Increased health risk. In addition to everything else already mentioned, strict adherence to the keto diet can also potentially put you at a higher risk for certain types of disease and other negative health defects. According to nutritional experts, diets that place a high emphasis on fat can potentially raise cholesterol levels in your body, which, according to some studies, may make you more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. A long-term commitment to the keto diet may also have a lasting effect on your cardiovascular system, specifically your heart, as well as your arteries. According to results gathered from one study, people on low-carb diets may have an increased risk of developing atrial fibrillation, a disorder that affects your heart's natural rhythm and can result in other complications such as stroke and heart failure. According to another study by the European Society of Cardiology, a diet that's low in carbs and high in fat may even make you more susceptible to certain types of cancer. It's our hope here at Bestie that this video provides you with a more complete picture of the pros and cons of the keto diet in order to help you make an informed decision in regards to your own weight management goals. But what do you think? Are you pro-keto or anti-keto? We're interested in hearing your feedback, so be sure to let us know in the comment section below and help us keep the conversation going. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.